One of the most important parts of the golf swing is the downswing. And one of the more common questions I get is, how do I initiate the downswing? Well, I tell everybody this. You initiate the downswing in the setup position, like a catapult that is forced to be propelled. When you set up into the setup position that I teach, and you keep your weight still, you're creating leverage and torque in your body that is already going to force the club to return back to the ball. So this idea that you need to do something with your hands and arms is essentially you participating in the swing far too much. It's important to recognize, good players, once the club is started in motion in the swing, they don't interfere with it. They allow it to travel. This is the thing that makes a good ball striker, any pro a pro, is that we don't interfere with the club during the swing. Now, if you want to just compare yourself to that, think about how many swing thoughts that you might have during the swing, and how often you're trying to reposition or manipulate the club in a very well-intended way to strike the ball. That is specifically the difference between you and you being a better ball striker. You can't interfere with the swing. Our anatomy is already really well equipped to hit a golf ball, especially when you set up in the setup position that I teach. You see, the setup position that I teach presets the movements for the swing. You're already going to have an inside-out, shallow, and circular golf swing. The club is going to descend down through the ball. These are all characteristics of great ball strikers. So the idea that you might want to involve yourself in a well-intended way, you're just making things harder for yourself. So, how is the downswing initiated? Like I said, when I set up, I'm torqued onto my left foot and I keep my weight still. As I keep my weight still, that creates torque in the body. It forces the club to return. The club doesn't want to stay up here. How often have you walked around during the day with your arms just sitting up here? Your arms don't want to do that. They want to return to your side. This is a natural anatomical reality. So if you can just accept that, and I don't know why you wouldn't, it just allows you to play really good golf, and it's a very low-stress golf. Your mind isn't all filled with these thoughts of trying to hit a ball. You know, it's crazy what the higher handicapper has running through his mind in order to hit a ball. It's well-intended, but it's far too much. So instead, how is the downswing initiated? Well, when you create leverage and torque by staying still, you're essentially drawing back the string of a bow to fire an arrow. You're drawing back a catapult. You're creating the action in the setup, and you're maintaining that action through stillness. So watch me here. I pivot into my left. I keep my weight anchored on my front foot. And then I keep my weight still on my front foot. I don't let it shift around. If you let your weight shift around, there's no reason for it to come back. You have to now initiate the return of the club or your weight. But if your weight stays still, all the club wants to do is return back to the ball. Initiate the downswing in the setup. Do the work in the setup so that you don't have to work during the swing to hit the ball.